All right, what's happening? What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry, haven't been able to stream the past few weekends. Just been really busy with a lot of random stuff. Still a little busy, so I'm gonna stream for probably like an hour today. Not gonna be here forever, but man, I am happy to be back. What's good, Luck? What's good, Justin? What's good, my boy Washington Command Center? As always, man, make sure y'all subscribe to my boy. Great draft content, everything, man. Make sure I subscribe to my boy Washington Command Center. We totally don't need an early cornerback. We could trade back in the first if we find a partner for at least something early third. Come out of the draft with Julius Brents and Corey Trice. That's interesting too, because the Commanders are interested in Julius Brents. We had like a formal interview with him as well. So that's really interesting. That is somebody that could definitely come in and end up, being a really good player for us outside of the first round. What's good? My boy Carl Mitchell. Jefferson was good. Joseph was good. Yes, sir. Was good. Todd was good. Jahan's burner is so stupid because like it defeats the purpose of it being a burner. If you say it's so stupid. So who we picking up? What's good, Miguel? Man, hey man, we trying to figure it out, man. What's good, Captain? How about that last win of the season? Oh, speaking of that, matter of fact, we can go ahead and let that play right now. This is the Sam Howell starting versus Cowboys all 22. I figured we might as well just play that in the background. Unless I have something specific to show y'all, we could just have this going for y'all to have something to watch while we're just talking and everything. I'm about to open up the phone lines and everything. Dang, wanted to be first. It was good, Hawk. Jarris was good, man. Make sure you subscribe to my boy Jarris too. Harry Tim was good. Fatbo was good. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Like the stream, let them know, Carl. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. I'm gonna pin that. Yes, sir, my boy Carl. I'm team trade down, pick up tight end and DB. I'm team trade back as well. Unless Christian Gonzalez makes it to 16, which I doubt happens. What's good, Kevin? What's good, M. Jones? I've been slacking on content, but I'm about to start cranking now that we got the combine. Oh yeah, the combine changed everything. Everything was a little slow. Well, in Commanders land, it's never slow because Dan Snyder ownership, who's going to be our starting quarterback. We got Eric Bieniemy. We got we are the most entertaining team at the very least off the field in the NFL. I feel like easily. I feel like it's not even really close. Off the field, Commanders are the most interesting. Something's always going on, drama-filled team doing it. So there's never downtime. Technically, but this combine definitely just got everything, added an extra layer of juice to everything. I'm excited, man. Love seeing what my Georgia Bulldogs are doing at the combine too. I'm excited about that. What's good, Lawrence? What's good, John Wick? Yes, sir. Emmanuel Forbes, I like him as well. Travius Hodges Tomlinson might be the real still. He is very good zone corner. We don't need another Will Jackson, press man guy. Yeah, we need somebody that can play some zone coverage, do some match, can be versatile. We can't just have a pure press man corner. That's dead. We've seen it with Jack Del Rio's defense. First of all, just the NFL period. Nobody really runs man that much anymore. I remember the Detroit Lions at a certain point last season ran the most man in the NFL by far. And I think they ran it like 50% of the time or something like that. Like people it's impossible to run man effectively at the NFL level all the time. You can switch it up to throw a quarterback off, to throw an offense off, but you can't stay primarily in man throughout the entire game unless you just got them guys. Like, and we don't have that. Really, nobody does. A lot of teams have one good corner, maybe two really good corners, but you need like at least 3 or 4 to stay in man all. Nobody has that, so it's no point of even trying. Jack Del Rio already likes to run a lot of zone, likes to run a lot of versatile match coverage. It could just be depending on what the route is, what coverage you may end up running any particular play. So you got to be able to do both. So yeah, somebody that's just a pure press man, that's that stock is, that's a really underrated stock that has plummeted lately. You know, running backs, safeties all don't get paid that much, but a press man corner, I don't know, man. It's starting, more and more teams are starting to get away from that. I mean, at the very least, you got to be able to zone cover as well. You can't just be a pure press man corner and that's all you do. Love Forbes with 166 pounds, kills it a bit. Yeah, that is a little, 166 pounds is crazy. I can't even remember the last time I weighed that much. Any word on, and I don't do nothing. Any word on maybe Lamar Jackson coming to the Commanders? Well, the only update I've heard is that the Ravens may put a non-exclusive franchise tag on them, so if you want them, you got to give them 2 first-round picks for them. And honestly, that's less than what I thought they want for them. So I was intrigued by that. Darnell Washington, OMG, that baby eater looked good at the combine, as I expected. Thank you, man. My Georgia Bulldogs did their thing, boy. It started with Nolan Smith. Love the fact that Nolan Smith took time out of his day, multiple times out of his day, to pitch Georgia. Like, come to Georgia, we got a new restaurant called Bones. We got the best facilities, all of those great TVs, that nice room, that's just our locker room. That's just something light. You know what I'm saying? Come to Georgia. I loved it. I was so happy about that. How you feel about Musgrave? I gotta watch more on him. I don't have a very informed opinion on him yet. I'm working on. How do you feel about Joey? I like Joey Porter, but I like Christian Gonzalez and Devon Witherspoon more. But I do like Joey Porter. Definitely a higher floor than Keely Ringo. Love Keely Ringo, but those 3 guys before Keely Ringo easily draft-wise. How early does Anthony Richardson go now? I think he's going top. I thought he was going probably top 10 even before the combine, because Daniel Jeremiah and all of those guys that are like plugged in with NFL scouts and GMs have said that he's been getting a lot of top 10 buzz already, and that just pretty much solidified it. I love Anthony Richardson. I'm an Anthony Richardson fan, but I already know as a Commanders fan, that's pretty much impossible. So I might as well not even put any emotional attachment to Anthony Richardson. I want him to go out there and be great, but it's not going to be for the Commanders. I already know that. Forbes in the weight room, he'll be fine. That's a lot of weight, though, to make up for. But he is different, though. I got to admit, I like Emmanuel Forbes a lot as well. We got to see. Better not sign Shaq Griffin. Yeah, I saw he got released. He keeps getting released left and right. Still need a slot, 3 years of running. I mean, Danny Johnson, I feel like did pretty well. Kendall Fuller when in doubt can, but I would love like a Devon Witherspoon that can come in and certified run it as well. I either want them to get an offensive lineman or Joey Porter. I feel that. Washington fan was good. Raymond, how you feel about Joey Porter? Yeah, I like Joey Porter. What's good, Joseph? Subscribe to Jarris. Go sub up, man. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Jarris, man. We need either Joey Porter or Will Anderson. I mean, I would love him, but he ain't making it to us, man. You have a better chance of Jalen Carter making it with the whole arrest thing, which again proves my point. Being a Commanders and a Georgia Bulldog fan is the most chaotic combination of two teams you can be a fan of in football. I don't think people understand. I've been saying it for months now that Georgia is almost as chaotic as the Commanders off the field. It's always something. And then on top of that, winning back-to-back championships, man, it doesn't get any more chaotic than being a Commanders fan for the NFL and a Bulldogs fan in college. It doesn't get any more chaotic than that. It's like, it's something every day. Every day I look up, it could be something good, it could be something bad, but it's always something between those two teams. I never wake up and it's just nothing. I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff is going on. It's a lot more people in here than I expected. But let me go ahead and open up the phone lines as well. Y'all already know the call-in info. Let me make sure the info is accurate though, because you know sometimes it gets a little funny. How do I always check that too? I always forget how I check it. This should be the call-in info. Let me know if anybody's tried to call in and it didn't work. Let me make sure this is the right number. How do I check? I always forget how to check the number. Caleb, he's a Panther. Y'all got Cole Turner. I do like Cole Turner's potential, but definitely want to take some time. Oh, okay, this is the right thing. Okay, wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. I like Cole Turner's potential. Y'all know I'm a big Armani Rogers fan. I think he's gonna end up being a really good tight end. Like, I hope we don't let him go and he ends up becoming a great tight end somewhere else. Even though I do feel like Eric Bieniemy is going to find a way to get a lot out of him, because that guy, I mean, just a long story short, this is a guy that, like, I don't think he played any tight end in his life until, what, February or March, and then we took him as an undrafted free agent in April. Like with Logan Thomas, he was a tight end in high school, and then he switched to quarterback in college, I believe, then switched back to tight end at the NFL level. Now, Armani Rogers was never a tight end until like a month or two before we picked him up as an undrafted free agent in his life. Never a receiver, never a tight end, nothing. Always been a quarterback. And he was that raw and was out there separating against starting level corners in preseason. His first preseason game, out there with the starters against the starters, getting separation, catching passes. I mean, if he's that good at that with as raw as he is, I feel like Eric Bieniemy can find a way to use him. And plus, I always feel like tight ends, I mean, you got to be great. It's not like I could just go become an NFL tight end right now. But my point is, tight ends, man, a lot of their production comes from being schemed open. I mean, that's kind of in general with a lot of positions, but really tight end, it's only like maybe 3 guys in the NFL that's out here literally getting separation against DBs on their own. I mean, even George Kittle, love him, but Kyle Shanahan's scheming him open. He's getting open based on the play calling and things like that. Travis Kelce's one of the only guys out here getting open no matter what the play is called. And I just feel like if Armani Rogers already has that, and a little bit, still very raw. I'm not going to say he's out here Travis Kelce or better than George. I'm not saying that at all. But he has a little juice to him. And then he improved as a blocker. Would not say he's a great blocker yet. Maybe not even good. But he showed a lot of improvement. I'm really excited about what Armani Rogers could be once Eric Bieniemy gets his hands on him. I think it's going to be something great going on. Let me go ahead and bring my boy Merle in. We got a caller in. What's good, Merle? Hold on. Let me get you into the chat. I heard you, but they didn't yet. Okay, what's good, Merle? What's good? What's happening with you?
Man, nothing much, man. Just enjoying Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good?
Let me start off by saying, if Jalen Carter drops to the Commanders at 16, you draft him.
Oh, yeah.
Point blank.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
At that point, I don't care what we need. You draft him.
I agree.
Can you imagine that defensive line with adding Jalen Carter?
I don't care if he has to be suspended his entire rookie season. I'm taking Jalen Carter. He makes it to 16.
I'm 100% with you.
I don't care.
Technically, he's not in the NFL yet, so I don't think he can technically be suspended.
Oh, yeah. Nah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. I'm just saying that even if I'm taking him, I don't care what's going on.
Right. As far as the Washington team, I think having Eric Bieniemy will be a breath of fresh air. Because he's an old school coach. He's gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You don't play that soft coach, you know. So I'm gonna like that. Now, as far as free agency, I'm glad that they're signing their own. A couple of guys I want to see them try to pick up. One is Greedy Williams from Cleveland, corner.
A lot of talent, hasn't reached it. Yep.
Right. I mean, the defensive coordinator there in Cleveland before Jim Schwartz, Phil Woods was just simply horrible and didn't know how to use him. I think you can move Kimball into the slot and put 3 on the outside, and it will just be fine. Safety-wise, why do you need to bring in a safety when you have the best safety combination in football right now? And Derek Forrest and Kamren Curl. You don't need to. I would extend Montez Sweat right now and don't let it get to the 50th year or get him to free agency. Daron Payne, I'm pretty sure they're going to re-sign him. It's just a matter if he's going to get $21 or $22 million per year.
Okay.
So I see him saying, look for Marcus Mariota to join the team because of the relationship he has with the new QB coach. They're very close. They work together in the off season with their Tuyakatoko camp out there in Hawaii. So I look for him to be the regular quarterback that Ron's talking about bringing in. If it's not Mariota, then I really think this Lamar Jackson has a real chance to be pulled off. Because where there's smoke, there's got to be a little fire there. And I really do think they're considering bringing him in.
Yeah, at first I thought it was impossible. Now I think it's just very unlikely, but it doesn't feel impossible anymore. That is a big difference. I thought it was impossible at first.
And the Ravens put the non-exclusive tag on him. I mean, you can say what you want about the Commanders, but when they want a free agent, they usually get them. So if they really want Lamar Jackson, I'm pretty sure they can get them and they do everything they need to. Ownership. I know everybody wants Dan to sell the team, and it looks like he might try to sell the team, but I'm not feeling it. I'm in the minority. I don't believe if March 26th comes around and they don't have that on the table to force him to sell the team, I don't see him selling the team. His wife has made perfectly clear she has no intention of selling the team.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what's going down. She's like, this team is going to be my family, and I'm passing it down to my kids. And another thing, a lot of the potential buyers don't want to buy the team because they don't want to deal with the politics in the DMV area. I live here, and I understand totally what they're talking about. So trying to get a stadium back into RFK, that's been a huge problem. The D.C. City Council has been totally against that. They do not want to put the team back where RFK sits, which is absolutely crazy. Then you got a couple of owners that just don't have the liquidity to even buy the team for what Dan's asking for to pay for the team. and this everybody's pipe dream of Jeff Bezos buying the team stock. He's never going to sell them. Never. He's made that perfectly clear. He's never selling. If he sells the team, it won't be the Bezos. My biggest fear, he sells it to somebody who wants to move the team. Because I know there's at least 3 to 4 ownership groups that approach about buying the Commanders. They wanted to move the team out of the DMV total. I think our best hope of a guy buying the team will be Josh Harris, the guy who owns 76ers, I believe. I think he's the only one that said he wouldn't move the team. But the rest of the owners have been non-committal. To be perfectly honest, I'm hearing Bezos wants to buy the Seahawks. He doesn't want to buy the Washington Commanders. I'm hearing Bezos wants to buy the Seahawks.
I did see that report that he wanted to, that he's kind of either one type of thing.
Yeah, so I think he's more interested in buying the Seahawks than the Washington team. But you got to look at all these owners, man. These guys who potentially want to own, they're losing money. Bezos are losing money. If you pay attention to the Wall Street Journal, CNBC, they're losing money. He's closing up Amazon here, even here where I live at. He just laid off 10,000 people. The Washington Post, which he owns, lost $250 million since he bought it. So he's really not in a position to buy anything, but people think so. There's a difference between owning a bunch of assets and having liquidity. And for any professional team, you gotta have the liquidity to own the team, to have cash on hand. And right now, none of the owners have that.
Yeah, they are out there struggling a little bit. But, man, I appreciate that, Merle. We got another caller on board, so I'm going to go ahead and go to him. Appreciate that.
No problem, Rico.
My boy Merle.
I'll talk to you next.
Yes, sir. Catch you next week.
All right, go Dogs.
Yes, sir, as always. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Let me bring my boy Jay on as well. How you doing over there, Jay?
Yo, what's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
Same old, man. Just trying to wait for these results. We need to go after Lamar, man. I can't keep preaching this to everybody I know. I be seeing on the post that all these fans say half and half and say don't pay him. Like, you know how crazy that sounds to not go get a former MVP if we got a chance? Then they talking about they might give him the tag with the non-exclusive, so we only have to give up 2 first. Like, why not? Let's get a bowl. You feel me?
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw they were planning on doing the non-exclusive. I thought they would want at the very least 3 first-round picks and maybe some more stuff with
right.
it.
We need to make it happen, man. I don't care how it happens, how much we gotta give them. You do it. What has to be done, man. You go get Lamar Jackson. That's all I wanted to say for real. I just wanted y'all to, you feel me, hear my voice on Lamar Jackson. We need to make that happen. That's it.
bet. That would be really fun, though. I mean, I guess we'll have to see what it would take or something like that. But just imagining him, ignoring trade, like giving up picks and stuff, just imagining him in a Commanders jersey would be so much fun. Right. But yeah, my boy Jay, man, I appreciate that.
Alrighty, Rico. Hold it down.
As always, man. Appreciate that.
Alrighty, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This combine is really fun too right now. We got the offensive linemen and running backs, and yesterday was really with the quarterbacks and the receivers. That was a lot of fun. I was outside doing yard work, and then I had it up, and I was having the time of my life, man. I don't know why this combine felt a little bit more fun. Maybe because Georgia matters a little bit more prospect-wise now the past couple of years, but I'm really enjoying the draft now. I'm having like a lot of fun. The combine. I've always loved the draft. Always loved everything, but like the combine is just different now that I actually have some people to root for personally that I really want to see go out there and be great, put up some great stats and stuff like that. Appreciate that, my boy Incabito. I got it, man. Appreciate that big time. Cash apping the donation instead of going through YouTube. Appreciate that big time, man. And then the phone number to call in is on the screen. We got 425-436-6280 with the access code 746925. I wish I had that memorized, but I don't. I'll be lying to y'all. That's why I got that up for me as well. I got it up for y'all and for me because I don't know. Might get in Jigba from OSU. I don't think they would because receiver-wise, I don't think it's definitely not one of our biggest needs, but I'm pretty sure he'll be available at 16 though. Lamar Jackson accounted for 105 less yards this MVP season than Jared Goff passed for the last year. Interesting. That's a really interesting stat. And for getting an upgrade on the online. We go. Thanks for running this. Appreciate that, Jared. Appreciate that, man. We got the phone lines open for whoever wants to call in. We're streaming for probably like an hour, probably up to like 3:30, 3:45. Again, I have a lot of videos I need to work on. So, man, make sure y'all pull up and call in before I dip up out of here, man. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Y'all know I'm a big Anthony Richardson fan, so I was really happy to see him go out there. You know, if I like a Florida player, a player from Florida University, he got to be something. I believe in Anthony Richardson's tools, but again, as a Commanders fan, I already know we're not getting them. There's no way in life, even if he were to make it to 16, we're not taking him. I would want to, but I already know we're not. So I've already gotten detached from him, but I still want him to go out there and be great. Liked what I saw from Broderick Jones a little bit. I wasn't able to catch everything my boy did today, but I loved what Darnell Washington did yesterday. Loved what Nolan Smith did the first day. I'm really excited. Keely Ringo, we knew he was a track star coming out of high school, so I wasn't surprised by his time. I was happy he got it, but the thing he needs to prove more than anything else is his change of direction skills. Keely Ringo, his biggest problem is change of direction, bro. I mean, for him to be that long and that fast, you would think you would think that he would just be this man made in a lab, but he just can't change directions that well. Them undercutting underneath comeback routes kill him every time. Okay, we have a caller in the building. We have 540. Who's this?
Hey, Rico, this is Noah. Know what you do?
Bet. My boy Noah, how you doing over there? Hello? You breaking up a little bit. What'd you say?
Oh, man, I just wanted to let you know, it's the first time I've talked to you. But, yeah, I appreciate what you do. I've been following you for quite some time. You're on the spot with all reports. Your opinion is great. Your information is accurate.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
Appreciate that.
Help keep me sane.
My boy,
but yeah, I've been a lifetime fan. Grew in Virginia. My parents were from California, but my dad worked in D.C., Southeast D.C., and he became a Washington fan in the heyday in the 80s and 90s, and so did I, growing up. So, I can't wait for something to happen with Snyder, either sell the team or get voted out. I don't care which one. And I don't care who buys the team, regardless. Any human being will, even the most despicable, will be better. I believe, there could be. Vladimir Putin could buy the team, and, I don't know, it might be better. But I had a interesting thing kind of happen. I was doing some mock drafts for the team and everything every year, especially before around the combine and before the draft. Mm-hmm. And there's all this talk of Bryce Young's durability question, Bryce Young's height, his size. Can he last as a franchise quarterback taking hits for 10 years? And a lot of people have seen what has happened to Tua. And some are saying that even though he seemed to be a lock for the first pick of the draft, that he could easily drop. And I did a mock right after the combine started and with PFF. And Bryce Young, I don't think he'll drop all the way to 16, but he did drop all the way to 16 in my mock.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think if he dropped to 12, I think not only Rivera, but also our new OC, the enemy, might just have to trade up.
I would. I believe in Bryce. I've seen it as a Georgia Bulldog fan. I've seen the worst of it.
Right. Yeah, you've seen what he can do to even a secondary like Georgia's.
Bro, there's no defense for him. It just takes for his receivers to drop passes. There's no defense for that guy. It's just receivers got to drop the passes.
No, and he will maneuver and find the window. He's going to be passed between the numbers in the NFL. His height's not going to be a thing. I mean, anybody who's seen him play, no, that's not going to be a thing. But if he drops, I like Sam Howell. I do. And I really, would love him to be successful. But have we seen enough? Do I know for sure? I want to see him out on the field already somewhere with our receivers. Number one, which I haven't heard about. Yeah, they need to get into practice. They need to go report. Running backs and receivers need to be out practicing somewhere with Sam Howell, like right now.
That's a good point. I don't know why I haven't heard like Sam Howell throwing passes to Terry McLaurin in Miami or something like that. Why hasn't that happened yet? I just haven't seen it. I haven't heard it.
Jahan said he really wants to. He can't wait to get together with him. I know Jahan would, hop on a plane in a minute, meet with him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've not seen anything about that yet. So it kind of makes me think that usually when you name somebody QB1, they kind of have that power to do that. Rivera says this, Rivera says that, and then they change their plan. Him and Mayhew were all up on the 2-to-1 run ratio. And then they later on, define that that's later in the game to kill the clock when you have a lead. Yeah, I mean, we've been watching the NFL a long time. We know all about that, but they straight up said 2-to-1 run ratio. And like you've said so many times, hey, what was it? At last year, all but one of the teams that made it into the playoffs in 2022 had a top passing offense.
A top rushing offense. Yeah. Even I think the top 4 running backs, top 5 running backs in rushing yards did not make the playoffs or something like that. It's like you can run the ball as well as you want, but you got to be able to pass that ball. And now that's why I'm really happy we brought in Eric Bieniemy. Because we're gonna throw the ball with him, even if it's just short stuff left and right, whatever it is, even if it's just slants, the ball is gonna be in the air. So I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, even if we, if we just have a KC clone passing offense,
please,
we're gonna pass early and often.
Please.
That 2-to-1 run ratio is probably only going to be in the fourth quarter when we're up 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
If and when we are, it'd be nice though.
Yeah, that's what Rivera basically said. I think he said that a few days ago, that he means in the fourth quarter with a lead, basically. But even then, I want to run the ball when we're up, but, sometimes you still got to pass the ball and clutch. So you got to trust your quarterback to make the right play.
Right. And if my point bringing this up, though, is, Bieniemy, if we had a passer like Bryce Young, where could we sit? A lot of people are saying, what's Bieniemy going to do, with Sam Howell, where's his ceiling? We don't know. We don't know where his ceiling is, but we also know that he's not Patrick Mahomes. But if for some reason Bryce Young did drop, could he be that kind of generational talent? And honestly, I think he could be. Is his durability known? Is he going to take those hits in the NFL? Hold up? We don't know, but awfully interesting to me.
Yeah.
And awfully interesting that Sam has not gotten together with the receivers, because
that's a good point.
I think they're taking a wait and see, and we're probably not going to hear anything about a Bryce Young interview or a meeting or anything, but I think they're thinking about it, and they're seeing these mocks and hearing the news that he could drop. They know what kind of talent he is too.
Yeah, but I would hope so.
I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Have you heard anybody else mocking Young to Washington?
Nah, this is
Even
my first time.
I have not.
Nah, this is my first time. I've never that, because he is. If we're ignoring size, he's the best quarterback in this draft, and really, honestly, the best quarterback you could argue in the past couple of drafts. So we're just talking about ignoring how tiny he is, and you're sure that he can stay durable. Bryce Young, as far as accuracy, touch, IDing potential blitzers and changing blocking at the line of he does everything, man. It's like crazy how high his floor is, other than the fact that he's small.
It is, his football intelligence is, what you don't see from outside the top 10 QBs in the NFL.
It's ridiculous.
He's a true student of the game. You don't always see that. And he loves it.
Exactly. Only thing is right now, love Bryce Young, but we got to figure out this offensive line, and if we take him in the first, we got to figure out when we go. There's a lot of great offensive linemen though that I like in the second and third round.
Free agency.
Yeah,
we've got to do something in free agency, because we can't fix it all in the draft alone.
Yeah, I think we should do a little bit of both.
Yeah, we need to dip in both, and because we got to stop going to the bargain bin. Oh well.
Yeah,
and I think the enemy's going to change that. What do you think of the Kansas City tackle that's a free agency? Think there's any chance there?
I love him, but at the very least, he's going to get franchise tagged. They're not going to let him go. They're going to find some way to keep him. Orlando Brown Jr.
Kansas City is going to keep him. Brown Jr. Yeah, but he'll probably restructure.
Yeah, they're going to find some way.
If they franchise tag him.
Yeah. But, man, I appreciate
money.
Appreciate that,
Noah. Not worrying about
what you said? Oh yeah, people
absolutely.
always find a way to finesse it. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, Noah. We have another caller in the line. Appreciate that, my boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks for the chat, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Call
Hopefully
back next week if you
again.
can. Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great Sunday, Rico.
You too, my boy, my boy. I got Noah locked in and saved in the contacts now. We got my boy Astonishing, a.k.a. my boy Washington Command Center that y'all see in the chat talking everything draft. What's good, my boy?
Hey, man. I just think it's kind of funny. Like, everybody's talking to, like, the draft and everything's based on player comps. And I had never heard that Tua Bryce Young comparison. I don't necessarily agree with it, but the size-wise, I mean, it could make sense. Mm-hmm. But I was actually just thinking about comparisons with everybody hyped up about Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. And I think at his best, the best he could possibly be, and he hasn't shown it yet as a passer, but is Cam Newton. Like, that's what you look at for the absolute maximum upside for Anthony Richardson. You're looking at Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he hasn't been even a Cam-type passer yet in college, but, I mean, that's what you hope for in him. And with Sam Howell from 2 years ago, my comp for Sam was Russ. Like, he's built like a running back. He's got a cannon for an arm. He actually throws better across the middle of the field.
I was just about to say that. I was like, he's Russell Wilson, but actually throws it in the middle of the field. I was just about to say that.
So, I mean, if you're just looking at, like, the comps, which is a major part of scouting is player comps, if Tua is the guy you're bringing up for Bryce Young and Cam is the guy you're bringing up for Richardson, Russ is a far more successful quarterback than either of those guys.
Yeah,
and we got a guy. We got a guy. I think he's got a Super Bowl win. His record in the playoffs. I mean, his passing yardage. Everything's better. At least through like the first 8 years of their career when they were both still viable. But I mean, just if we got a guy in the 5th round that compares to Russell Wilson, I think it makes a lot more sense to, stick with him than go trade for somebody or trade a bunch of draft capital up to get somebody else. I just think that Sam Howell it's a great place to be for quarterback this year. I think bringing in somebody like Drew Lock or somebody cheap like that to compete with him, and then we just use all our other capital to build out the team. And
please,
yeah, another little factoid that I saw was through his first 2 seasons in Seattle, Pete Carroll was 9-7. So Ron's going into year 4. Let's just say that cancer, working for Dan Snyder, that'll all set you back a year. So if we could, get a corner, we got Sam Howell, we got Eric Bieniemy. Like, what says we can't be like 2012 Seattle this year? Stick with that late round, high potential quarterback and fix every possible hole on defense, build up that offensive line, and I think we could be great this year.
I said it's a good because our receivers. Our receivers are so underrated. Our receiver group would definitely be better than what Russell Wilson had going on in Seattle, and I felt like they were underrated too. But it's not Terry, Jahan, and Curtis, and then Eric Bieniemy as an offensive mind.
I love Brian Robinson. He's not quite beast mode.
Oh yeah,
but we got a lot of similarities to that team though.
I agree.
And that's why I wouldn't even mind us spending our free agency money on like Jamel Dean at cornerback to have a guy that's a great zone corner that we can plug right in. And then one of those really good like Tremaine Edmonds type linebackers to just fill out the defense completely.
I would do a backflip. We got Tremaine, man. That would solve so many problems.
Yeah, bring him home, man. He's from Virginia.
Yeah,
but I'd even sign his brother and put him at nickel.
Oh, the safety.
You know, he's a free agent. He's a free agent too. Just 3 defensive free agents, and then trade back if you can get a partner, and just dump offensive line all draft. Maybe if like Adewale slides, even pick him up too.
Okay.
That dude's a freak. Did you see that Northwestern DT?
Nah.
Adewale?
Nah.
Adewale, oh my goodness. So he played like a 3-4 end in college, so he tested with the defensive ends. But he's a D tackle, going in, he's going to be a defensive tackle in the NFL. He's an inch shorter than Jonathan Allen and weighed 4 pounds less than him.
Oh, yeah.
And ran a where is it? He ran a 4.4940.
Wow.
Yeah, and he killed it at the Senior Bowl too. He's the dude that single-handedly killed Jarrett Patterson from Notre Dame's draft stock. He's that dude that bull rushed. He's the dude that bull rushed him into the stands. Yeah, and then he came out and tested like. Then he came out and tested like that. He probably would have been like a 4th-round pick. But now, like I said, if that dude's there at 47, I don't care. We got a franchise tag, defensive tackle or not. I'd take Adewale like quick.
Yeah.
47, run the call. But man, this draft is good for everything that we need except linebacker. Like there's only like 3 linebackers four linebackers I would feel good about having on the team in this draft.
You were high on Deion Henley as well, right? Like the potential of him and the athleticism.
Yeah. Henley, Williams, Campbell, and then kind of like a sleeper. Like he tested badly, but just like watching him on the field, I like Jalen Graham from Purdue.
Okay.
Like he tested like kind of weak, like really weak. I think he might have been like 3rd to worst, or maybe even worst 40. But like he's fast on the field, like really fast. And if we could team him up with his cornerback from Purdue in Corey Trice, that'd be awesome. Like I'm not. With as deep as this corner class is, like, I don't think there's any reason we should take one in the 1st round. Like, this is one of the deepest classes I've ever seen. And Ron has never taken a 1st-round corner ever. Why would he start now when in the 3rd round? When in the 3rd round, we're going to be able to get Julius Brents, Corey Trice, Jacorian Bennett. Like, there's just so many guys. And in our division, we got CeeDee Lamb and we got A.J. Brown. Like Ben St. Juste is big, but we still saw him get bullied at the goal line by A.J. Brown last year.
Yeah.
So somebody a little bigger like Corey Trice or Julius Brents. Like you get, those guys are a little bigger, a little stronger, a little heavier. Get those guys, and they're still running like crazy times. Julius Brents ran like a 4.49.
Yeah.
And
again, they're interested in him. We had a formal meeting with them, I guess yesterday or the day before that or something like that. So they Julius Brents is on the Commanders' radar.
He ran a 4.53. It was Corey Trice that ran the 4.47.
Okay.
But they're both 6'3", like 205 pounds plus. Yeah,
I'll take that.
And Julius Brents, like he's got 34-inch arms.
Yeah.
He had a 6'3" 3-cone and a 4.05 shuttle. Like
It sounds
41
like
and a
Benjamin
half
St.
inch vert.
Juice. It sounds like Benjamin St. Juice.
It does. It's actually way better. Like, he is actually way more agile.
Yeah, it's just better St. Juice.
Yeah, he is like plus P Ben St. Juice. Like, this guy is getting slept on, man. But third round, like Ron Rivera likes, I think
St. Juice as well.
Those would be the guys.
Yep.
Yep. And like everybody, like, I think the highest one he's ever taken was Bradbury in the second. Like, everybody else he's taken has been like a third round pick or later, and he's got all kinds of great starters out of it. You know, so
yeah, true.
In a draft class this deep, he can stick to the script. You know, do what he always does.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're not going to go offensive line in the first round, which we have to, but if we didn't, I would definitely. I think the scheme protects outside cornerbacks a bit, so I think an elite nickel would be the way to go if we didn't go offensive line. But that's only after a trade back. I think Brian Branch is going to fall a little bit because of his 40 time.
40 was
I really
bad.
do.
The other stuff was great,
Like,
but the 40 was bad.
Yeah, like look what happened to Kyle Hamilton last year. He went from fourth overall, he was being projected to, and he ran a bad 40 time, and that's pretty important for a safety. And he ended up 17, something like that,
somewhere in that range. Yeah. And still balled out too. But yeah, that 40 time will do it to you, especially as a safety. That'll do it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're seeing Brian Branch is like 16, 17 in that range,
oh, that's
and he runs a 40 pick. Like that.
That's a home run pick to me.
I like this dude. I actually just started watching him because of the combine times. But Jordan Howden from Minnesota.
Okay, don't know about him much.
He took the majority of his reps in the slot. He's a safety, but he's 6 foot tall, 203 pounds, 32-inch arms. He ran a 4.49. He had a 33.5-inch vert. He had a 78.7 PFF grade last year, and he took the mass of his snaps were in the slot. So he's a later guy that we could probably plug in there too.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm done eating up your time here.
My boy.
Good talking to you.
Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy too, man. My boy Washington Command Center. You see him in the chat all the time.
Follow me on Twitter too. If anybody's on Twitter.
Yeah, shout out to your Twitter. Shout out to your Twitter too.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Bet. All right, man. Appreciate that. My boy Astonishing, aka Washington Command Center, man. Definitely call in next week if you have time. Please appreciate that.
All right.
Yes, sir. We got my boy Sonny Robinson up next. How you doing over there?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's happening, man? What's good?
Yo, you already know. I know you be seeing me in the comments and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yo, yo. I want to give a shout out to your boy Donnell Washington, man. He showed out at the combine, bro. I'm not even going to stunt. Your boy showed out. Them Georgia boys showed out all the way around, but he really stuck out. He already had my vote, but you know what I'm saying? But it's only one thing that's going to drop him a little bit. It's that old injury, that old foot injury.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might people might hold that over his head. But you know what I'm saying? But again, I would love to see him. I would love to see him as a commander. Like I even like commenting on that. Like, yo, I would love to see Donnell Washington as a commander. You know what I'm saying? But this tight end class is real deep anyway, man. This is like one of the this tight end class. I ain't never seen it. I can't recall a tight end class this deep like this. You know, I mean, dealing with you know, Mayer, Washington, and to me, the biggest sleeper in this tight end class is Laporta, that boy from Iowa. Because I mean, on his drills, he looked real fluent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I would love to see him as a commander. Like I would love to see him as a commander. You know what I'm saying? But it's only one thing that's going to drop him a little bit. It's that old injury, that old foot injury.
Yeah.
he looked real fluent. But you know what I'm saying. But as a Washington Commander, I feel like we need to stick to the script, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to stick to the script. I feel like, we should go ahead and go, you know what I'm saying, cornerback first, because that's our need, man. We don't let go one of our cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, McCain, we don't let go of McCain and everything, defensive back, cornerback, whatever, safe, whatever. But, that's a hole that definitely got to be filled. I mean, I definitely like your boy Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying? You've been pushing them all year, and I mean, it's been like, and what I seen at the combine, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit is like it makes you wonder, is he consistent or not? That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's at Colorado, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to make noise in Colorado. But, you know what I'm saying? But he moved and he really got his shine on. And, you already know who I'm big on. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on Joey.
Yeah, I like Joey a lot as well, man.
Yeah, but, Gonzalez got him He got him by like a 10th, on that 4-3.
Yeah.
He got him. But at the same time, I just look at, Joey, he just more polished. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying? But plus, I was looking at the linebackers too, man. Like, I feel like the linebackers that fit our scheme is Drew Sanders. Like, we need to get that boy. Like, I feel like we need to get that boy. He's a perfect outside linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like outside linebacker, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he got the hands. You know what I'm saying? He got the movement, and he could play that line. He could come up to that line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he can give. He definitely can give. You know what I'm saying? David some help back there. You know what I'm saying? Because he can definitely play that line. But you know what I'm saying?
So like a Sam.
Offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because to me, I feel like, because that boy out of Washington, he was an animal. He was an animal, bro.
Yeah.
He beasted out at the combine. You know what I'm saying? Combine and everything. I was just like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? He did it. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of shocked me and everything. I knew Washington State was good, on defense wise, but I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the things that he was good at. You know what I'm saying? He really stuck out. But then I just look at it like, you know what I'm saying? I look at him as good, but I also look at him as, like I don't know, he's like a better version of Jamin Davis. So I'm just like,
okay,
is it really worth it? So you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that boy Drew Sanders, that boy like 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Coming on that outside, I feel like he's more of a complementary to the defense to me. I mean, he just seemed more logical because we need that outside linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that outside linebacker. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. But offensive line, what you think about offensive line? Who you think? Who you see?
This offensive line class is so deep, man. I'm okay with so many people. I mean, you already know I love Broderick Jones. I like what I saw from Paris Johnson a lot throughout the year. But, I mean, Anton Harrison has started to grow on me the more like Washington Command Center and other guys have talked about him. I see the potential there. Darnell Wright didn't allow a sack and blocked against Will Anderson. And Will Anderson even said it himself, I believe, during combine interviews. He said Darnell Wright was the best tackle I played against all season. Now, granted, he didn't get Broderick Jones and Will Anderson didn't get a chance to play at all last season, so I don't know if that would have changed things. But, I mean, Darnell Wright was doing really well during the Senior Bowl and all of that as well, I believe, too. So it's just like his stock is rising. You saw Mel Kiper mocked him to us like his 16th overall like a few days ago. There's so many tackles. Even the other tackle for Ohio State, the DeJuan guy, I mean, you even like him in the second round maybe. There's so many tackles. I feel like you got to leave the first two rounds with a tackle, though. That's why I feel like Trey trading back probably makes the most sense, unless like Broderick Jones makes it to 16, maybe like a Christian Gonzalez. But if one of those like top tier guys is not there at 16, trade back and get a couple of more of the really good guys, because I feel like the second through the fourth round this draft is going to be a lot of really good players.
It's deep. It's real deep. It's deep. So what you think about Michael Smith?
Man, he didn't test well, but I love his tape. And at the end of the day, man, I don't put too much stock in the combine, because if you look good on tape and you play well on Saturdays, I think it's going to translate well to Sunday. So even though he didn't test very well at the combine, I thought he was going to test better than that. I would still love to get him. Please, as an interior offensive lineman, center, guard, whatever you want him to be, I will definitely take my boy John Michael Schmitz. Please.
Yeah, because you know one thing with the rule of thumb is, you know what I'm saying, they at the combine, but when you got them pads on, it's totally different.
Yeah, very true. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get that. But I got a sleeper though, man. Like,
okay.
Like I got a big sleeper in the draft, man, and a couple people looking at him though. Oh boy, JL Skinner from Boise.
Skinner? I'm probably not up on him then.
Yo, that boy got Sean Taylor vibes, bro.
Okay, the safety from, what is he, from Boise State, I think, maybe? Okay,
yeah.
6'4", 218. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that boy got Sean Taylor vibes, bro. I'm talking about, bro, somebody that laid the wood. Yo, somebody that hit hard and understand and good at decision making. Like, yo, I'm telling you, like, that's somebody like, yo, like, we need to put on the radar, man. Like, for real. Like, that is somebody that, to me, that is like the hidden jewel of one of the hidden jewels of the draft. Like, not too many people talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Just because he come out of Boise, but man, I'm saying, yo, check him out, bro.
I bet.
Check him out. JL Skinner, man, because that boy is something vicious, real vicious on that. He a dog, bro, and that's one thing I like. But do you feel like we need to take a quarterback at 16?
I mean, I would love to take a chance on somebody, but I think it would be wise for us to just go ahead and build around Howell, give him an honest chance, and when in doubt, if for some reason he can't stay healthy or he's terrible, then we're in the QB sweepstakes next draft with a better QB class probably overall. I mean, with at least a higher ceiling. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think we need to give Sam Howell a great chance. Like, give him the offensive line he needs. He already has the weapons. Eric Bieniemy as his offensive coordinator. We saw what he did against Dallas. You see what he's doing on screen right now against Dallas. I think with first team reps in practice, with some chemistry and some plays designed around his skill set, I think he could be deadly.
Yo, be honest, bro. A lot of people sleep on that boy. Like, I've been watching that boy for years. Like, I was watching him on I was watching him like way when he first came out in North Carolina. Like, I was watching him when he was coming out of high school, like his last year. And I was just like, and I was shocked that he stayed at North Carolina. Like, that boy, like, I'm not even gonna lie, that boy give me Brett Favre vibes. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because of this right here. You know how Brett Favre made his living?
The D-bomb? I'm about to say the D-bomb?
Besides that, but he made his living off of tight ends.
Okay.
Like every time like Brett Favre key rule is if you could throw a good like straight dart down the middle, like low, like keep it low, and be that dart and it don't sail, like really like connect with your tight ends. Like that's what makes really good quarterbacks to me. If you could throw to your tight end, man, like I just look at like you can become a great quarterback. Like look at like Lamar. Like he is great at throwing at his tight ends. And look how much that expanded his his game. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, speaking of Lamar Jackson, why they trying to, like, force feed us Lamar, man?
It'd be fun, man. The problem is just all the picks we would have to give up. It would be fun, though.
Would you like to see it?
I mean, it's those picks. I would love it if we could just somehow acquire Lamar Jackson without having to give up the picks. I would say for sure 100%, but it's those picks, man. And I mean, you give up all of those picks, it's going to be harder to address offensive line, and we really got to fix this offensive line before we really think about bringing anybody else in. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate that, Sonny Robinson, my boy. We have a few more call-ins in line, so I wanted to go ahead and get to them.
Yeah,
appreciate that big time, man.
Absolutely, man. You know, anytime I can, you know, show the love, got a little bit of time, I'm going to show the love, bro.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yo, hell to the Redskins / Commanders, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, thanks for giving me the time, bro. I'm going to go ahead and get off this line, let somebody else get they shine.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Call back next week if you get time, man.
That's if I got time. If I can squeeze you in, man, 'cause I be so busy. But I'm gonna try my best. You know, if I can, I got you tuned in on the radar.
All right, bet. Appreciate that.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good day. We got my boy VA Money Group up next, and then a couple of callers behind him as well. What's good, VA?
What's going on, man? Hey, is my audio good?
Yeah, you straight? What's happening?
Is my audio good? Yeah, so, hey, I'm just thinking about, like, all our needs going into this next season. And I feel like being that we're going to have a young quarterback that, number one on our list should be the offensive line. I don't think it should be up for argument. I think maybe not the first round, but the bulk of our draft picks should be geared into seeing if we can get the best talent on the offensive line that we can get, whether that be drafting a guy or trading the draft pick for a guy. You know what I mean? Sam Howell, I mean, he's a young quarterback. He sat back and watched for the majority of the season, studying the playbook and watching Taylor Heineke and Wentz play football, watching them prepare and breaking down defenses for their offense. But now we're going to have a new offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he's going to be pretty much a rookie again. Of course, he's going to have he's going to know how to prepare for games, but he's not literally going to know how to prepare and break down defenses for whatever offense we're going to put on the field. He's going to have to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are excited for Sam Howell because of that one game against Dallas, but I'll be honest with you, I'm optimistic, but it's not fair to think that Sam Howell's going to play that well every game. It's not fair to Sam Howell to think that he's going to carry us to the playoffs this next season. It's just not. You know what I mean? It's the same type of thing what happened with Carson Wentz. When we got Carson Wentz last year, everybody's like, oh, he's so much better than, Taylor Heineke, all the other stuff. But it's like, Taylor Heineke's been in this offense. Carson Wentz hadn't. He just got dropped in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we saw what it looked like, So, also, like, I like some of the roster moves of last year, but we were here before last year, right? Our conversation about what was the top need. The top need was quarterback, right? And then the season started, and then we realized quickly that our top need, all of a sudden, was also offensive line and also cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because of the William Jackson debacle and all this other stuff from last year. And I feel like Ron Rivera and whoever's in charge of player personnel, they find ways to screw things up. Not to be pessimistic or nothing like that, but this is just what we've been witnessing. This is an observation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it looks good. We got Eric Bieniemy. We got a young quarterback who can spin it, but we gotta shore up the offensive line. We put Daron Payne on a franchise tag.
Yes,
What's the point of having Daron Payne on franchise tags, paying them all that money, if we're not going to the Super Bowl next year? If we're not, we're probably not going to go to the playoffs next year. What's the point? You know what I mean? All this talk about, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just want to see. What was the excuse? We want him to prove it again, or something like that. This is going to turn him into Brandon Scherf Part 2 and Trent Williams Part 3. This is what that's going to happen. He's going to resent the organization. Other teams, this organization is probably going to match the offer for other teams, and he's going to still leave. He's going to still end up a Chicago Bear. He's going to still end up, whoever else. Listen, it's no secret now that the players don't like this team. It's no secret. Like the guys are leaving big money to get the hell away from the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? We're treating people bad. We're treating even the fan base. We're talking crap about Chase Young. Chase Young is a playmaker. So what? He doesn't get 15 sacks a season. He's a playmaker. We need that. Landon Collins, a playmaker. What happened with him? Why didn't we cut him? Okay, he was making too much money. I agree. But we could have signed him back up. He was tweeting that he was interested in coming back. We still didn't pick him back up. Landon Collins would have been our biggest playmaker on defense last season. How crazy is that? You know what I'm saying?
He was available until we played the Giants. I think the Giants signed him the week before we played them the first time too, late in the season.
That's crazy. How much did they sign him for? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it was something really cheap. It was practice squad type thing.
Dog, come on, man. Come on, man. You see how this is incompetence. Dog, Ron Rivera's, this regime's incompetence towards player personnel is legendary. It's legendary, bro. You know what I mean? It's just stuff that jumps off the map at you. No offensive line. We got guys that shouldn't even be in the NFL blocking for Carson Wentz, who doesn't even know what he's looking at on the other side of the football. You know what I mean? He's still trying to figure out the offense, and he has no help up front. This is insane. No, and then, I don't know. Look, I hope we don't get that same stuff next year, bro. I hope we don't get it, man. Unless we get proven names on the offensive line, unless we draft guys that everybody knows are going to be good guys. What's our new right tackle's name? The rookie from last year.
Oh, Samuel Cosby.
The young.
Yeah, younger guy.
He has to go to guard, man. Yeah, he has to go to guard, man.
I want to move him to guard as well.
He has to go to guard. There's nothing wrong with it. It's guard is a lot cheaper than tackle. And I think he probably wants to stay at tackle so he can make some money.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to stay at tackle so he can make some money, but it's come on, dog. Yeah, it just is what it is, man. What else I got? I want to say another thing, man. Look, I love John Allen, just like everybody else. I love listening to him talk. I love his leadership. I love everything about John Allen. But Jonathan Allen is not as good as Daron Payne. All that money we spent on Jonathan Allen, that money's supposed to go to Daron Payne. And we also spent a lot of money on Logan Thomas. We have to cut Logan Thomas soon. We have to stop getting emotionally attached to players. I think I heard you say this before. We have to stop because a lot of these players have to get cut. Like the safety that we just cut, he should be the first of many players that get cut. Fuller, Kendall Fuller, he needs to get cut too. He's good, but he's making way too much money. He's like our second or third highest paid player on our team. I don't think people understand that. He needs to get cut. If we need to sign, if we have to go between signing Kendall Fuller and Daron Payne long term, the money has to go to Daron Payne. There's only a couple guys in this whole entire NFL who could do what Daron Payne does. And we're having problems finding him money. Dog, I don't know, man. I'm done. Hey, I love your show, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. My boy VA Money Group, man. Definitely call back next week if you have time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. My boy. And then we have a 518 number up next. Oh, before we get to that too, I wanted to thank long time ago Carl Mitchell donated, and I didn't get a chance to say thank you, man. Thank you for that, man. I always kept forgetting. I would remember while somebody was talking, then we move on to the next call, and then like the saying goodbye to the person currently talking, and then saying what's up to the next. So I kept forgetting. I'm glad I remembered this time. My boy Carl Mitchell, man, appreciate that big time, man. I'm gonna do another air horn just because I forgot, man. Appreciate that big time. Let's go ahead and go to this 518 number. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Rico? It's Joe.
Bet. Let me save it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes I comment on like your page. I'm under the name of Commander Joe. But no, I was just wanting to say, like I'm a big fan of yours.
Appreciate that.
I don't think I've missed one of your shows in like 2 years now.
Thank you, man.
So but no, I was wanting to say because man, like I've been a lifelong Redskins fan. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but I moved to New York for the past 4 or 5 years now.
What part?
Upstate New York, Glens Falls, New York.
Oh, okay. Bet.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, man, like, I got a couple of, I think, Sam Howell. I'm totally putting all my eggs in that basket this year. I think Sam Howell is gonna surprise a lot of people. I think he's gonna shock a lot of people. He's a lot better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. And man, because like the most things that I hear on TV is everybody saying that Washington still needs a quarterback. Like we still need to figure out our quarterback. I don't think that we really, we need somebody to come in to compete with Sam Howell. But everything I've seen from Sam Howell, I think he's going to win. Unless they bring in somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr, or like Lamar Jackson. I think Sam Howell is going to win that spot. I'm rooting for him. I hope that he does.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like the draft, I think if somebody like Gonzalez or Devon Witherspoon is there at 16, like you have to take one of them.
Yeah, I love both of them.
Like you have to.
I love both of those.
Huh?
I don't think they make it, but I love both of them. I love Christian Gonzalez and Devon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think either one of them is going to make it either.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, if they don't make it, then you take like the best offensive lineman there. But I'm thinking the only reason that we don't take an offensive lineman with our first pick is because Gonzalez is there or Witherspoon is there. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I also like that right tackle that hopefully is going to make free agent market from 49ers, McGlinchey. I wish we could get him. I say if we get him, then like maybe we shouldn't have to spend that first pick on an offensive line. Maybe we can go cornerback. Maybe we can go linebacker. And I was going to say something else. There was a show that it was a mock draft for Sam Howell that I watched a few days ago. And that linebacker that you mocked to was in like the third or fourth round. I can't remember I can't remember like who his name is, but
Deion Henley.
Yeah,
that's my boy.
Yeah, him. I think. Yeah, I'm. Like that was exactly. Like he was. If he's there, when we pick, I think there should be no question about it. I think we should definitely, because he's got all the, he's got everything that you look for. I think, in the linebacker, but
athleticism is crazy. So much potential.
Yeah. I've seen. I watched a lot of his tape. Trying to think. There was something else that I wanted to say. Yeah, Carson Wentz. I wanted to talk about, dude. I feel really bad. You know, I mean, I know that I know this dude is, still making $30-40 million. Like, I know he's getting paid. But I know it didn't go as well as everybody thought it was going to go. Like when he comes, but I really feel bad for Carson Wentz, man. Because
yeah,
like people has dumped on him. Like ever since he got traded from the Eagles to the it was just like this dude. He can't catch a break, man. I don't think I've heard anything positive about Carson Wentz since 2017. And it's yeah. But yeah, I won't like take up a lot of your time. I was just wanting to let you know I was a big fan. There was a couple of things that I wanted to bring to your attention, like the way I look at it, But I definitely appreciate you taking my call.
Appreciate that, my boy Commander Joe in the building, man. Definitely call back next week if you can.
Yeah, I will. All
right, man. Appreciate that big time. Have a good evening.
All right, man. I appreciate you. I'm a big fan of yours.
Appreciate it, man. Big time, man. Y'all don't understand, man. Really appreciate that.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Oh, I did not mean to. I pressed the wrong button, too. Dang it. Oh, man. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press that button right there so y'all wouldn't have to hear the music. I did the wrong button. Cut my boy off like that, man. And then, yeah, Command said, I remember you saying that, bro. Yeah, I remember you. The Devon Witherspoon in the 3rd round. Now look at him. May not even make it to the 16th overall pick. That is funny. But, yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and I have a lot of videos I need to work on. Let me make sure everything's right. Okay, so everything is right. So, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Of course, I will live stream next Sunday as well. Same call-in show, so make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm going to be on Emmanuel's channel tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in for that. And then, yeah, man, make sure y'all subscribe to all of the Commanders, content creators that's in this chat right now, like my boy Watch the Command Center, everybody. Again, Carl Mitchell, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Dang, who was it? My memory's so bad, man. I'm sorry. My boy, oh yeah, Cabito. Thank you for the donation as well, man. I appreciate y'all a lot. Make sure y'all leave a like on the stream on the way out as well. Thank you, Raymond. Thank y'all. Thank you. Everyone go watch Riley, Moss, and Cunts. Okay, bet. That's my pardon shot. Okay, but I just wanted to make sure I read a few more comments, make sure I saw at least I won't be able to see everything everybody said, but I try to keep up with some stuff. But when people are talking, I try not to read the comment section a lot because I want to give them like my undivided attention. So I probably missed a lot that happened, but I am trying to catch up a little bit right now before I go. My boy Preston with the donation. Appreciate that big time as well. Is there anything to the rumor about the Baltimore QB? I doubt it. I mean, it's kind of on one side where there's smoke, there's fire, but at the same time, the way Adam Schefter even just trolled on national television about the Commanders trading for him, and with him being as much of an insider as he knows, he wouldn't play like that if it was really possible. So I don't think it's very likely to happen. Now, again, my point that I made way earlier in the stream, though, is I thought us getting Lamar Jackson would be impossible. Now is very unlikely, which is a big difference from impossible. So I still don't think it's going to happen. Still, I wouldn't put any amount of money on it happening, but it doesn't feel impossible like it used to. Riley Moss will be the first white cornerback drafted in years. Is that true? I did not know that. My boy Preston, appreciate the donation again as well. Appreciate the question. I'm going to catch y'all next weekend with another live stream. And of course, I'm going to probably catch y'all later on today with a video. And I'm going to catch y'all with infinite content leading all the way up to the draft, through the draft, OTAs, mini camps, training camp, and then of course the regular season as well, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. I got mock drafts coming. I'm working on some film sessions for a lot of players. I'm going to keep y'all updated on the prospects list. I've already added more players since the video that I just did a couple of days ago. I think it was 22 at that time. Now we're up to 34. So I'm gonna do an update on that once we interview more players and things like that. So man, make sure y'all stay tuned for all of the content. Again, anytime I do a video about this, our prospects, our targeted guys that we're looking at in the draft, I have a link in the description and in the comment section for y'all to access this for free whenever you want to. So make sure y'all stay tuned for everything, man. I'm having so much fun. Just talking football, watching football. Y'all know I'm a GM at heart, so this is my favorite part of this. I actually kind of enjoy this stuff even a little bit more than the actual game. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Get more mock drafts coming, everything. So anything Commanders, any updates, ownership, any coaching changes, all of that. Make sure y'all stay tuned. I will catch y'all next weekend with a live stream, and I'll probably catch y'all later today with a video. Appreciate y'all, and have